bars of proof for spitting. Carefully digest these words that I have written. I'm never crippin', it's blood, it's who I'm sticking with. Cause family are the ones I always love to kick it with. Ha ha. Hey, I'm taking jazz funk and mixing it with rap. I came to take the game and never giving it back. It's a fact. I'm just real different from how you act. See, the money and the fame to me is like some crack. So once you get a taste, it's hard to bounce back. We have to work a 9 to 5, so it's just where I'm at. See, the music keep calling me, she telling me come on back, but I can't be basic, so this funk I need to embrace it. And I ain't not stopping until the day I make it. Shout out to Ellie and all my other nieces. I make you tap your feet by using telekinesis. Pep hella pure flow is loving, but hella diggy. See, I came from a time when teenagers used to binky, and when I was younger, I was happy to get it slinky. So what you think, see, there's no one as nice as me, B. So what you think, B, there's no one as nice as me, see. Now take your hands and raise them up to the sky, and leave them there as I give you some reasons why. If you battling cancer, keep it there. Come on. Feeling a little anxious, keep it there. Come on. If you have grades, lupus or diabetes, or battling depression, keep it there. Come on. What I am saying, my music is for the masses. As I keep gaining traction, I'm ready to kick some asses. Cause I took down the names where I was taking the lashes. Ready for revenge, your karma is coming after. You, and you forever doubting me. Time after time, I've showed the brilliance of alchemy. And when I get it in, no telling no what the alchemy. The actuality, I'm the best in the galaxy. Oh boy. The man's talking a little reckless. I bet not a single person will ever come check me. Respect it is the only thing I care about. Pouring water on me would never put the fire out. Because the flames stay lit upon my mind. Only God's words allow me to know that things will be fine. This for my people who battling a disease, but hate to take the pills, so medicate with the weed. Exusing aura, a seeming of presidential, even though no one knows him or knows his music credentials. I'm monumental to hip-hop quintessential, so you are gonna love me no matter what you are into. Now take your hands and raise them up to the sky, and leave them there as I give you some reasons why. If you battling cancer, keep it there. Come on. Feeling a little anxious, keep it there. Come on. If you have grades, lupus or diabetes, or battling depression, keep it there. Come on. What I am saying, my music is for the masses. As I keep gaining traction, I'm ready to kick some asses. Cause I took down them names where I was taking the lashes. Ready for revenge, your karma is coming after. Let me dumb it down for all you little earthlings. I step on your heads, I despise your little dirt dreams. The Wayne Blow is affiliated with Curtis. Not like the youth has ever really heard of. Come on, bring out the bars, I'm coming to straight up murder. Try to pay attention, I think you made me concerned. To the ones before me, I will happily pay them homage. To the artist still here, one word, I'll say it's carnage. A style would never tarnish, I'm here to only astonish. I wrote a letter, but I still haven't sent it to Scarlet. It says to keep your head up from ill doings regardless. A is meant for awesome, them other people are garbage.
You're listening to The Final Note, live with Alex Vincent.
All right, we're live and we're loud. How you guys doing? Live and loud. Hopefully not too much of one of those things. How you doing tonight, guys? We are live Wednesday night, 8 p.m. It's The Final Note with Alex Vincent. In the studio with me today, once again, is Mikey Wells, who's sitting next to me.
What up, dog?
Joe Davison, who was with me the first 3 episodes, is not here tonight. He's off doing something. He's getting behavioral training for something.
I'm pretty sure he's actually over there at Stranger Things trying to get us jobs.
That would be nice. That would be a good thing. But I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure I'm in line for Winona Ryder's next love interest.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
They were looking for,
Take it while it's hot.
150-year-old Adam Lambert lookalike.
Yeah.
Boom, I'm in.
You're in. So tonight, guys, we're that intro you saw, I added a familiar sound that some of us haven't heard in a very, very long time. And I imagine some of you have probably never heard in your lifetime. But tonight's episode is about social media and the internet. And I remember back to when I was, whatever age that was, young. And it started with, like, Prodigy, which most people probably don't remember. But then there was dial-up AOL, and everyone in the house had to fight over who was signed in, and the bill you're getting charged per minute, and there was that dial-up sound. It was the very beginning of the internet when, who would have guessed at that point what it would have evolved to at this point.
It turned into dubstep, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that was an older time, an older day. Let me see,
Get some fun sound effects.
I had some cool sound effects. I don't know. Some of them are gone. I'm going to have to move them over, put them back in there. I got this. I'm all over it. Yeah. But I did get some couple things. That dial-up sound, that used to be your modem going nuts trying to connect to get you this slow, horrible connection where it would take you forever to download things. And then, the Napster. It wasn't Napster at first. What was the very first file sharing program that was popular? Even before Napster. I know there was several, LimeWire and stuff, and I guess some people are still doing that.
BearShare,
torrent thing. Yeah, BearShare. You could search for anything, and if you had 42 hours to download the video, you could enjoy it eventually. But yeah, I remember this sound too. Let me pull this up without blasting everybody's ears out.
You've got mail.
Yeah. You've got mail. That was a long time ago. And the way things have become now, everybody has a phone in front of their face and they're permanently attached to the internet. I mean, you give human beings the opportunity to have knowledge of every kind at your fingertips, not to mention ridiculous cat videos. How could you ever walk away from it,
Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I think it makes a little unsure of yourself now because you're always sourcing things from your phone, so not really reliant on one's own knowledge.
Right. Yeah.
Situations I seem to run into.
I agree. But we're going to get into all of that. I got a really, really fun guest tonight, Miko Hughes, who I grew up being a big fan of. He was another child actor who got a ton of work. He's about 5 years younger than me, but I grew up watching a ton of movies he was in, and he was on Full House, and he was like, people tell me, that I was such a cute kid. This kid was cute. I mean, it's a different level if you ask me, because he was adorable. And we have a lot of parallels to our career. We were both shooting in Universal Studios in 1989. While I was filming Child's Play 2, he was on a different soundstage filming Kindergarten Cop. And I know it was right around the same time because we actually share some wardrobe. That blue and yellow shirt that Andy wears in the end of Child's Play 2 and all the factory scenes, the kid from Kindergarten Cop is actually wearing also. Which is pretty awesome.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yeah. Miko will be on in a bit. We'll give him a call.
Miko, the bringer
a little
of
bit
facts.
later. Yeah, the bringer of facts and information. He's great. And then we have an awesome musical guest. I opened the show with one of his songs, DTL, Dwayne, the legend, awesome hip-hop artist who's going to be performing live. We're going to talk about his music. We've recorded a couple tracks here at the studio, AV Productions. And because today is the social media episode, well, I guess I'm out of frame. Because today is the social media episode, I decided, let's see what happens if we stream it live on Instagram. So anyone who is my friend on Instagram, you can go over there and flip on the live camera and see Mikey Wells and I sitting here chatting with you. And we'll leave that up for a while until I need my phone. And
pretty much like you're hanging out with us now, except we're ignoring you.
Yeah, exactly. You're not really part of the conversation, but you're there. But no, if you do want to be part of the conversation, we got our phone line right here. You could give us a call, 973-345-2447. So we could chat about social media, the internet, or we could chat about whatever the hell you want to chat about, really.
Sounds wonderful.
I know when Miko comes on, I want to ask him about this Pet Sematary remake.
I'm very curious what he has to say about it.
Yeah. I haven't been reading what's being written over there on Instagram, but I assume I've been asked 4 times already what I think about the Child's Play remake.
A few people asked where they could be, or what website they could be streaming it live from.
Go to thefinalnotelive.com, www.thefinalnotelive.com, and you'll be able to hear all the music that we're playing tonight. You'll be able to hear Miko when he gets on. You'll be able to hear the live performance that Dwayne's going to do later on, and any little sound clips that I hear that I play that you won't hear on Instagram because it's all in our headphones. It's all in our head, man.
I'm hearing it.
Last week was fun. We had a couple drinks here with Joe Davison. Really funny phone call with John Dugan.
Dugan was hilarious.
He was, man. I went back. I did some fishing. I'm in this Freedom Boat Club thing. Do you know about Freedom Boat Club?
No.
Well, you're a Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater dude, Bay Area guy. Freedom Boat Club is awesome. I had a boat for a while, and because I love fishing, and I love just being out on the water. You know, we live here surrounded by water. I love getting out there. I got a little bit of sunburn, too. My neck was destroyed. You cannot underestimate the sun down here.
Oh, no, it'll eat you right up.
Yeah. But I went out and did some fishing, caught some sheep's head and stuff. It was fun. Freedom Boat Club they have these really nice $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 fishing boats, center console, gorgeous boats, that you pay once to join their club, and then you pay like $200 a month. Well, it's actually more than that, but I have a split membership thing. But for $200 a month, I pay, and I have unlimited access to their boats. I could go take out their fleet of boats, go fishing, bring it back in when I'm done, hop off the boat, and walk away. I don't have to worry about any problems. If anything breaks down, it's not my problem.
Sounds like the most ideal scenario.
It really is, because I was a boat owner at 2 different times in my life, and man, it's a big fucking pain in the ass.
I can imagine that, yeah.
They say BOAT stands for break out another 1,000, which is pretty accurate, because it is really a huge hassle. But this Freedom Boat Club has been awesome. So I was out on the boat the other day, and I was listening back to the episode to check some audio things and see how it sounds on a different system. And Dugan was just cracking me up. I got to go in and see if I could sample his... you ever have your Peter played?
Yeah, exactly.
I play that all the time.
It's such a wild story.
How about a couple dollars just to look at it? If you didn't hear what we're talking about, or you're just tuning in on Instagram here for the first time and didn't even know I was doing this over here, go check out episode 3, Stoned Immaculate. It was about drugs and alcohol, and we had a little bit of both. We were smoking some weed and drinking, and got into a real funny conversation with John Dugan. And I'm excited to talk to Miko tonight because he also, like me, has a big interest in music and was DJing a little bit and was in so many different things that I love. The first film he ever made, I think, was a movie called Jack the Bear with Danny DeVito and Gary Sinise.
Okay.
Although there's a couple lighthearted moments, it's a pretty intense, deep movie. Really great acting. And even by him, at 2 years old. The first acting he ever did, he was 22 months old. And the first film he was in, he was 27 months. I mean, that's young. I was 5.5 when I started doing commercial auditions and print work. I was 6 when I got Child's Play. But, man, 2, that's young. There's no way he remembers making that movie.
Yeah. I was imagining that a second ago. It's hard to really imagine being a child that young going up for those types of role and doing it.
Yeah, I mean 6 or 7. You can remember. I remember, a lot of making those movies, but 2.5 years old. There's no way.
Yeah, what was your life?
Scoot yourself in a little bit more closer to that. No, not to me. Thanks, though. But move in a little closer to the mic. Whoop. All right.
I'm in pretty good.
You're in pretty good now. Okay. What were you saying?
What was that line again for the cereal?
Oh, the crunchy stars. My compliments to the chef.
Yeah.
And I guess I sucked at it because they got someone else to do it. My voice wasn't good enough.
This kid's adorable, but God, his fucking voice.
Yeah. I know if it was close to Child's Play, I spoke in syllables back then. I guess it worked out well for Child's Play. Everything was in syllables. Mommy, Chucky's gone. I have to go tinkle. Everything was in syllables.
It's a fucking baby talk. I love it.
Yeah. So anyways, how are you guys doing tonight? Who's in our room? Anybody new? I see the same faces, and welcome back. Nice to see you again. In approaching this conversation of social media and the internet, I did a little experiment last week. I always thought about doing this, and first of all, I want to say this isn't me complaining. I am so fucking grateful for my life as a child actor and the movies that I made and the opportunities it's opened up and everything. But I do want to talk to Miko about this too and see if he relates to the fact that as much as I love and appreciate the fact that you guys are such big Chucky fans, obviously you can imagine how tiring it must get to always to encounter people that only want to talk about that, no matter what else I do.
One thing, yeah.
And not that I've ever done anything else in my life that has lived up to something as cool as that. But I mean, even this, I have a recording studio. I've recorded over 250 artists the last few years. I've published some poetry books. I've written some screenplays. I've done a little bit of other acting. Nobody really gives a shit, and that's okay.
I just want to know more about that doll, man.
Yeah, I mean,
that house full of them.
I posted a thing about the podcast and saying, I'm working really hard on this show. I hope people are enjoying it. Go check it out. Please go check it out and subscribe. And I thank all of you who have subscribed. But that post on Facebook gets 4 likes out of my 5,000 friends. And then I write friends to the end, an ambiguous, no real reference, no frame of reference of why I'm saying that. And it got 400 likes in an hour. So it's kind of... I don't want to say discouraging, and I do expect it. I do understand it even, but it is a reality of my life that kind of no matter what else I do, that's really all anyone wants to talk about.
Sure. Well, I mean it's pretty obvious and apparent that being a highlight child actor, you're doing the cons, going there. Hanging out with the dolls.
I am living with it. Oh yeah, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not hiding it. I'm going and traveling and meeting people. And when I go to conventions, obviously I'm sitting there with the fucking doll next to me. Obviously I expect that's all people want to talk to. That's fine. I get that. But my Facebook isn't even an official. I do have a lot of fans on there, but it's mostly people that I've met, but that also makes me question the algorithms of Facebook. And how that actually works. Because if I have 5,000 friends on there, there's no way all 5,000 of them are seeing posts that I make. Because it's the same couple hundred that usually engage.
I mean, I couldn't be sure of the algorithm
I don't
of
know,
Facebook at all. But
obviously, if I have almost 5,000 friends on there and someone has a couple thousand friends, how could you ever see everything from everyone? You wouldn't.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Some people, though, only have 100, 200 friends on Facebook, and I'm curious if they see everything and just don't give a shit, or they're not even seeing those posts.
Well, I mean, maybe there were 4 of them, and each one of them liked it.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. If anyone wants to call in, again, the number is 973-345-2447. We're just kind of hanging out. On Instagram over there, we're streaming it live. Sorry for the bad framing, but... this was kind of a last-minute decision, and I only have a phone. Hey, is it supposed to go sideways, actually? Is it better?
Well, we can. Would you like me to switch it?
Let's see. Anyone who's watching on Instagram, is it better if I put it sideways? We're going to put it sideways. And then you tell me, did that fuck everything up for you, or do you see us better?
We just ruined someone's day.
Or are we now just sideways?
Definitely can't read it now.
I can't read it. I thought it would flip. What does it say? Someone wrote a couple things there.
I can't fucking read it.
Well, go stick your head sideways next to it.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. Thank you.
That was at the top.
I don't know. Go grab it. See what it says. I know that podcasting or live radio shows definitely get more viewers with the video thing. I haven't wanted to do it because it's just...
Well, thanks, Jenny.
As you hear, something else to deal with.
You're sideways.
Now
you got vertigo.
Sideways. Better now sideways. You were sideways. Okay, we were sideways, so we'll go put it up, face up again.
No more sideways.
Yeah, I mean, I if this is my show, I should always have people on that are less handsome than me, but that's just not the case with Mikey Wells here. You deserve the compliments, my friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So,
got it all from my parents.
Your parents, and a lot of time in the gym.
When
when did this gym thing become part of your life? Because I feel like 8 years ago when I met you, it was not.
No, I was still doing the local musician touring band guy thing.
Yeah.
Really, I would say when I turned 32, it got a bit more significant.
Yeah.
But especially in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I got into a car accident when I was 28. That kind of messed me up a bit. It got me really lazy. I was getting really out of shape. I didn't want to do anything. I was pretty active before that. So by the time I hit 32, I just kind of realized oh man, I'm just getting really soft and didn't have energy. So I just put my mind to it. Started running a lot. That's what initially got me into it. You start getting a runner's high.
Yeah.
When you're going that route, and then I got really skinny, which was kind of cool if you want abs. But when you get abs, generally, at least for me, I completely lost my ass. So
yeah.
It was weird. It was literally a beanpole. But hey, if I took my shirt off, I had abs, so that's cool. Except when you're in your 30s, that's not really cool anymore.
I've never had abs in my life. I don't know if I ever will. But I was talking about this earlier. If I ever had a motivation, I tried to fix your sound, but that actually made it worse.
Oh. Okay.
If I ever had a motivation to work out and get myself in good shape, the fact that I may have a TV show coming up soon. This Child's Play remake that a lot of people are seeing the trailers to and arguing about. I couldn't help but read a lot of the comments. Man, you people are fucking brutal. Man, they really have used this Child's Play trailer as an excuse to trash us. Not everybody. I know most of you guys are sweet, especially anyone who's wasting their time listening to me. But, yeah, some people are real brutal on there. And I know that...
You're reading the comments? What?
Just comments about the new remake. They're using that as an opportunity to bash everything that we've done in the franchise. Except unanimously, people like 1 and 2. But other than that, everything else is up for just extreme bashing.
Maybe. I know that's trolls. I mean, that's what.
Well, yeah,
do.
that's one part, a thing that I want to talk about internet and social media, and the fact that it gives everybody a voice, I think is really a great thing. I mean, we are all incredibly insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but this platform to have a voice and have an opinion, and if you want to take the time to think things out and present it in a certain way, there are people that will read it. But really, I mean, it just breeds so much discontent and so much arguing and so much opportunity to just marginalize other people's opinions while bashing them with your own. And there are trolls, people that find it amusing to use the anonymity they have of the internet to just destroy people any opportunity they can. This whole fuck your feelings movement is something that I don't really understand.
I mean, it goes both ways, but in real life application, it goes both ways. When I see it online, it is definitely the fuck your feelings thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the meanest, cruelest possible thing anyone could
Thing
imagine.
that I could say, yeah. Because I can get away with it and because I know it bothers you. And that's why, I feel like some people aren't even as passionate about their opinions as they are just want to get under people's skin.
Oh, yeah, get a
that's
reaction.
What trolling is. It's just messing with people to try to get a reaction out of them.
Oh, yeah, as soon as you react, I mean, they win.
Yeah.
As far as, like, the intention goes.
Yeah, and most people can't help but react.
Yeah. Don't read the comments.
You try not to. I certainly try not to. But, that is the way it is. When this incredible feature of life that has been presented to us over the last 25 years or whatever it is, 20 years, it comes with it positives and negatives. All kinds of opportunity that people didn't have before. The opportunity to, if you produce something, whether it's something that you sell or whether it's a creative endeavor, the harder you make these connections on the internet, the wider audience you have to try to sell that material to or engage with other people on. And I mean, that's phenomenal. At the same time, people like Bezos are able to make $130 billion for themselves because they have the, rather unoriginal idea of, well, now that we're all connected, how about a store that you buy everything from? And that has obviously had negative impacts on small businesses, while at the same time making our lives just super easy.
Yeah, the convenience is there.
The convenience is incredible. I mean, it really just makes life so much simpler. Everything's at a click of a button. You see something on the computer that you're like, oh, I'd like to have that. 2 clicks and Prime 2-day shipping, free shipping. It's there in your house. Like,
I mean, you can do it with Alexa now.
Yeah,
too.
next
you don't
day.
even have to see it. Just yell it.
Just Alexa, hey Alexa, go buy that for me. Yeah, done. No problem.
Disturbingly simple.
It is.
I haven't seen this in any movie play out bad.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. There's no way this could go wrong. That does touch the artificial intelligence concept, but I guess I won't touch that right now because that's
next week's
all
episode.
tied in. And yeah, that's another episode and a conversation that, as much as everybody asks me about, I don't really want to get into.
That's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as convenience goes for like having that, it's amazing to have an internet with social media, the way you're able to communicate with people. It gives you a lot of real problems, though, with instant gratification. Something that I don't think is healthy at all.
Yeah.
But there we go. We all have it. Our dopamine levels are going off in our brains. We're sitting there just like getting likes on Facebook, making us all drug addicts, essentially. It's pretty crazy to think about.
It absolutely is. I mean, it's and it's unavoidable, and it's ever expanding, and the momentum is full steam ahead. The gears are not going to get reversed. I see your message on there about Instagram. It's actually streaming on my Instagram, which I had the most people following, conglomerated in one area, so I did it on there. But if I hadn't approved you earlier than today, you might not be able to get it because I think my Instagram's private.
Sorry.
My Instagram's private because of another issue that I want to discuss about social media, which is the abusing of anonymity and these profiles to the point where, catfishing or just in general, just pretending to be someone you're not to try to entrap people in compromising situations, to gain some sort of control over them, is something that I have dealt with way more than I want to, or have ever wanted
dealt with
to.
it more than the average person has, given that you have like a celebrity status involved in everything.
I do, and if anything that I do, whether it's in personal relationships with people or even in their presumptions of what our relationship is, anything that I do that offends people, I seem to be a target to try to fuck with in return.
Sure.
And as in the years of being a single guy, Not that I abused it all that much, but I was a single person for a while, and I had several different relationships with people that did want to be more involved in my life than I was interested in being. And this is a whole other topic, really, but all the honesty that I tried to present forward with what I'm interested in and what I'm not still gets misconstrued, misunderstood, and leads to some really intense resentment, which then unfortunately people in my past have used the internet and the anonymity of fake profiles to fuck with me as hard as they possibly could. So I don't really trust anybody on the internet anymore.
Nor should you.
So the reason why I switched my Instagram to private and why I stopped really adding people is because of people that abuse that. And you know, I'm when I look at like how many followers I have, I'm only so famous, which is perfect. I mean, in all honesty, I left acting when I was 13. Besides the fact that it kind of slowed down and I wanted to do other things, I really didn't love the idea of being famous. I didn't like, you know, being recognized, which was rare. But I didn't like people around me telling strangers who I was for a reaction, which became a common thing. And I just didn't really like the fame of it. So I really just wanted to walk away kind of from that for that reason, because I was already a little too famous for my own good. But the point I was going to make about it, in this horror world, and when I do conventions, when I engage with you guys, anyone who's probably watching me right now, you know, you guys make me feel famous because you're horror fans, and in that world, I'm famous, I guess. But in my day-to-day life, I am not. I go to 7-Eleven, nobody knows who I am. I go where I barely ever get recognized, and I'm very thankful for that. But the point I was going to make about that even was I'm just about as famous enough that I can still do my own social media. If I were more famous than this, I absolutely could never and would never even try it, and I understand why. You know, aside from Twitter, which is kind of a one-way thing, and 140 characters, you promote something or say something and move on. But even then, the comment section is absurd. But yeah, I'm about as famous as I could possibly be and still run my own social media pages without it just being a total burden in my life and hating every minute of it, you know, because people do take advantage of it. Yeah. First of all, I also want to say this. The idea of being famous or whatever, especially if you're going to use that, like conventions that I do, and even a show like this, the fact that I have this many followers as I do right now, it's all a package deal. You know, I heard Jerry Seinfeld talking about, like, when he's walking on the streets, does he stop and take pictures with people and be friendly? And he said, yes, that's all part of it. That's what I do in exchange for the great life that I have. And now I'm not comparing myself to him, nor could I, because we don't have the same life at all. But you know, yeah, I understand that it's all part of it. And if I do want to get to travel and have good opportunities come true for me, you know, part of that is I have to answer the same questions on Facebook and Instagram, or at least I have to see them coming at me all the time, you know? And then people get, like, bitter and pissed if I don't respond.
Well, I suppose it would be very personal for them. It makes a lot of sense.
I really do try to respond to almost everybody. If someone writes me, especially if it's, like, a thoughtful, I'm really a big fan, I appreciate your work, but I watched you as a kid, whatever it is, I almost always write at least, thank you, I appreciate that, something like that. But you know, when people just write me, like, with, like, questions or demands even.
Yeah.
People write me crazy shit. That's the other thing. There's no, and this, I'm not trying to be disparaging towards anyone, and I never name anyone in particular, but there's no intelligence test to get on to the internet. You know? There's no real restrictions. Or an asshole test, like, whoa, you're way too much of an asshole for you to have internet access.
We're gonna have to ask Miko about that since he's the bringer of facts.
He's the bringer of facts. Well, he I'm sure he deals with a lot of the same stuff as I do.
What about?
definitely. So yeah, I'd like to bring him in on the conversation and see how much of this he could relate to. You know, I do like the engaging, and I like if I put up something that is important to me, or a thought that I had, or even a picture that I think you guys are gonna like, and I get a really big response from it. That's awesome. That feels great. Even the fact that there's however many people are listening to this show right now, I think is great and awesome. So I don't want to come off as not appreciative, because I really fucking am. But, you know, there's a negative with every positive, and people have taken advantage of the access that I offer to people by using it to just totally fuck with me, pretend to be other people that they're not. I mean, I had this person who was pretending to be Jack White's manager with me, knows that I'm a massive Jack White fan, and was trying to set me up backstage to go meet him at 2 shows this past year. And I mean, texting me, pretending to be this person, Eric, like, oh yeah, it's all set, Jack's ready gonna meet you, come here, blah, blah, blah. Even had someone call me and pretend to be this person. So I even heard a voice of someone pretending to be this person, and it was all bullshit. They were just fucking with me because they could.
That's so fucking elaborate. How long did that go on for exactly?
Like a while.
Wow.
Too long.
Yeah.
Too long.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the person's a psycho and
yeah.
everything, but how do you feel after, like, I'm assuming that was weeks at least?
Yeah, it was, it was over like 2 months. It wasn't talking
okay.
all the time, but it was over, it was two events. In London, I was supposed to meet him, and then in Chicago. And by the time I got to Chicago, I was definitely suspicious, but they were taking actions to try to convince me that it was legit. And then I called them out on it, and they just continued to lie until I had to just block them and move on and say, what the fuck, man, I can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
I turn Instagram to private. So the 15,000 of you that are on here, by the way, whoever that person was is probably watching from a fake Instagram page.
Oh, word.
Because that's what happens. So, yeah.
What up, dog?
Yeah.
Jack White's manager, give us a call.
Well, I don't know. Part of it, I guess, does come from inadvertently hurting people's feelings and making them so spiteful and resentful that they would ever do something like that. But I don't know. I mean, you do your best to try to be forthcoming with people, and can only hope for the best. Even with this small modicum of fame, though, people do treat you differently. They have like expectations of you that you have to be gracious and cool, no matter how aggressive they came off in contacting you to begin with. You know,
I
not everyone is polite. You know,
no, absolutely not.
Christina Lease is dealing with a crazy person who made a whole new profile just to write her and call her a cunt and a bitch and whatever the fuck he was saying, like, for nothing. She didn't do anything wrong to this person. They're strangers.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't argue that way with it. I'm just curious the mentality of a person that has, that much time on their hands and what their obsession level's like. I'm not aware of it. Like,
yeah.
I'm my own kind of fucking psycho. I'm not that kind of
Yeah. And I don't hate to make generalizations. I mean, I really hate to. I come out against people making generalizations all the time. But is it accurate that it's more a woman thing to do? The catfishing thing and the making fake profiles to fuck with people? Is it is it a scorned woman move? Do men do it also? You know,
for catfishing?
Not for catfishing so much. Like if you're trying to like.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have your
fall
own
in love with
unique
someone
and anecdotal
or an
experiences.
Obsession is not a gender thing. I'm not saying that, but I mean, like, it seems to me that in my experience, women are more prone to manipulate the internet in that way. The other thing that I worry about with the internet and the accessibility that it's opened up is, you know, there are websites where you could find home addresses of anybody. You can find out exactly where people live. Famous people, regular people, and the stalking that must have come out of the internet age And that I would attribute probably more to men. You know, people could be very dangerous. It could turn violent. You know, the impulsions of men that want to be violent have absolutely utilized the internet to enable that for them.
So we're talking like verbal
all
violence?
Kinds of things. No, stalking people down, kidnapping them. You know, anything. It's dangerous. The internet puts us all out there to be. You know, if anyone has the will and desire to try to ruin your life, whether it's through physical harm or manipulation or blackmail, or
there's so many ways of doing it now, though, as well. Like
I know
like say
in 1980, these ways were not possible.
Yeah,
you know?
No, none of it, none at all.
You had the yellow pages.
Yeah, I was trying to think of other like kind of means. You can pretty much just ruin someone's life by implying they're racist for literally nothing these days. Like you could Photoshop something, you can just slap it anywhere, be like, no, this person's racist. Yeah. That's gonna completely ruin their fucking day, week, month. Yeah. That's something just a word I see thrown around like just very flippantly on social media. Personally, it seems.
Let me see. I gotta adjust your gate a little bit. A little boring. Okay. Boring talk for everybody, but it's not catching everything.
I'm getting ready to take a nap.
All right, that should be good. Yeah. I'm using all the soundboard, by the way, off of my machine. This is really not the ideal way to do it because it's touch sensitive, and as much as I try to turn that off, I can't. That's boring in itself a little bit, isn't it? All right. So, anyways, I want to bring Miko into the conversation here in just a minute. I'm going to play a song for you guys, take a break, and then Miko's going to be on with us. Everybody who's watching on Instagram, I hope you enjoyed this little preview into the studio. Go to thefinalnotelive.com and you could hear the interview that we're about to do with Miko Hughes. Tonight's musical performance, Dwayne the Legend DTL is going to be on about 9:30. I'm going to chat with him about his music and his aspirations and influences, and then he's going to go into the live room and lay a track down for us. That's going to be awesome. We're going to record it. It's going to be up on YouTube. Also on the YouTube page, if you guys tuned in last week and heard The Resonance perform 1975, that video is now up on YouTube also, I believe. Let me check. Wait, I got one button to click. And done. Now it should be up on YouTube. Go check that out. Guys from the band, if you're listening, go check it out. It's up there. I did some editing on this one, and I think it came out pretty good. But anyways, we're going to play a song, and then when we get back from this little break, I'm going to give Miko a call, and he'll be on the air. So let's see, what am I going to play? We're talking about, what the hell, I'll play this now. We're talking about the way the world has changed. This is a song from You Are a Toy. As I said, I was going to try to play their entire record eventually on the air. This is a really great song that they have on their record. We recorded, mixed, and mastered here at AV Productions, avproductionsonline.com in Clearwater, Florida. This track is called A New World, and when we get back, we'll be calling Miko Hughes.
Let's call it destiny or karma. Might the simple laws of life be hard at work inventing drama? Just another scar to find. No matter what it takes to charge up, being ignorant and blind can ill afford to pay the piper. So the piper lets it ride till the piper's had enough. Then presses decency aside. Turns the stress and simple weakness to provoke a suicide. Any mind of any kind, anytime I feel a spine, as if I'm standing here with courage, as if I'm not the reason why. I don't hate you anymore. I just feel so fucking sorry. I feel so fucking ugly. I don't feel so pure. I won't blame you anymore.
time yet, but it's way past your bedtime.
Liar! I learned how to tell time last week. It's only 7:05. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. First I played with Dad, then Mommy came, and I played with Mommy. We played, Daddy. We had an awful good time. Now I want to play with you. No fair. No fair, no fair.
I love that noise. Miko, how's it going, man? Are you there? All right, hold on. Let's see if I get you here. 1 second. Oh, I know what the problem is. All right, there you go. Hey.
Check, check.
All right, you're there. Cool. How's it going, man?
Oh, not too bad.
I
gotta say, I was listening the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
In the car, and I never realized what a great radio voice you have.
Oh, thanks, man.
This is like a brand new podcast, and I feel like you're dialed in, man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I'm trying not to lull people to sleep a little bit because I know that I could sound a little monotone. But I'm certainly not going to put on that, well, welcome, guys. We're live on the air. We've got Miko Hughes from Pet Cemetery.
I don't know, Alex.
I'm not going to do that.
Buttery voice of yours.
Morning Zoo.
Yeah.
Strip club DJ voice.
Which we've done those. I don't know if you ever saw on Louis. And I should mention Louis C.K. People get pissed. But I don't know if you saw Louis' episode where he addresses that, the Z Morning Zoo type of phone calls. So uncomfortable. So awkward. They're so strange. So how is sunny California, buddy?
Yeah, it's good. It was a bit chilly today, but even chilly in LA is pretty toasty.
It's nice, yeah.
Compared to the rest of the country, so I can't complain.
Yeah, I'm on the wet side of things, but just as warm down here in Florida.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I've been here a couple years. Now you grew up in Northern California, and then you lived in Oklahoma?
Well, my mom's family is from Oklahoma, so we go back there to see family on occasion. But I was Southern California, born and raised, outside of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Kind of towards Vegas, out in the desert.
So I was talking, before we get into some of this social media stuff, which I know you can relate, but with your career, you started so freaking young. I mean, you were just a baby. Do you what is the first project that you worked on that you have a memory of?
Oh, are you there? I think it cut out.
Oh, I'm here. I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Oh, sorry.
In my phone.
Yeah, I was just saying, you started off so fucking young in the business, but what was the first project that you have a memory of?
Yeah, I feel like if I watch some of the early stuff, I have memories of watching it.
Yeah, I know.
Young,
it kind of confuses our memories of what we actually remember. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say Pet Cemetery just because that has been the biggest beacon of my early childhood.
Yeah, for sure.
But at this point, I don't know how much are real memories or memories of memories that have just been a copy of a copy for so many years.
That's exactly how I feel about it too. They do become a copy of a copy.
Sure.
Yeah. But I remember, the first time I met you, if you remember, I kept carrying on about Jack the Bear because I love that movie. We were at a horror convention, where everybody wants to talk to you about Pet Cemetery and New Nightmare, but Jack the Bear, man, for 2.5 years old, like, you were so good and convincing. Like, I assume, like me, you had a couple skills as a kid that lended really good to this. Besides being as adorable as you were, and still are, by the way. But because I just said that because I hate when people say that to me. You were so cute.
Of course.
It's like,
yeah.
I'm still cute.
There's never any intent behind it. They're just
I know.
the show.
Yeah,
but then it's funny too because sometimes they'll not think about it and then try to react like, oh, you still are.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then
yeah.
it sounds like it's just.
Now
like,
it sounds like they're just
wait.
saying it for our benefit. Yeah.
Saying it, it's like, no, I get it.
Yeah, you already
funny.
dug your grave. Don't I know what's going on?
Right.
No.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing. It's odd at cons too, where a lot of the other guests are adults and are known for what they did when they were adults.
Sure.
Where being a kid actor, sorry, I'm kind of tangenting.
No, yeah, you're fine.
But yeah, it's kind of a different animal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we will. Kind of doesn't matter what else we do in life. We're always going to be remembered mostly for what we did, or praised, I guess, in certain circles, mostly for what we did as children. And I know, like me, you grew up with a passion for music. First, I was going to say, when you were a kid, you had a impeccable memory, I assume, right? Like memorizing was simple for you?
I don't know if it was necessarily simple, but it was something that was constantly worked at.
Yeah. That was for me. Memorize. I was practicing my memory all the damn time. Like,
yeah.
When you're auditioning, you were auditioning in L.A., I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I auditioned in.
Yeah, my mom would. She'd drive me 2.5 hours because we didn't live in the city.
Yeah.
Almost every day for an audition, back and forth, and that got old.
Yeah, I know it got old for me too. I mean, for me, it was only about 15 miles, but it was in mostly like rush hour traffic into New York City through the tunnel from North Jersey. So yeah, after school, I go to school all day, and then you sit in the car for 2 hours, and
and then when you get there, you're tired and kind of groggy, and you have to be prepared and ready to rock.
Yeah, as a kid, that really is just like, oh man, I just want to go home and do shit that I have at home. I want to hang out with friends, and I really, sure. After 8 years of auditioning, and you did so much more work than I did, but after 8 years of auditioning, I was just so burnt out of the whole thing. And when I went back, I don't know about you, when I was 18, I got new headshots done, and I went back for about 10, 15 auditions. And now my mother wasn't driving me anymore. I was the one who had to take off of work and pay for gas and parking and tolls to drive 2 hours into New York City. And it really made me realize, like, how much work my mother put into, both my parents took me, but my mother, like... They put in so much work for our careers,
It's true. Yeah, I can echo that for sure.
It really, my mother always said kind of to me, like, it was a family thing, what we did. And maybe as a, angsty teenager, I argued that point. But now at 37 years old, I totally agree. It really was a family thing. If it wasn't for the sacrifices that she made... And I know you can relate with your mom. We never would have been able to do any of that stuff. So
I think sorry.
All right. So anyways, yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
Yeah, I
okay.
went under an overpass. It always cuts out right there. But
yeah,
that's the last
cool.
I heard you were saying, I totally relate with my mom too, because it sounds like we were very similar in that way.
Yeah. And another parallel, I mentioned this earlier, first of all, which I think I've pointed out to you before, how we are wearing the same shirt. You're wearing the same shirt in Kindergarten Cop that I'm wearing in Child's Play 2, that blue and yellow shirt. That is so strange. It's because I guess...
It must have been a popular style.
Yeah, well, and we were on the... Kindergarten Cop was at Universal Studios, right?
It very well may be.
I think it was.
A lot of it was in Oregon.
Oh, okay, but it was a Universal film, so they were getting like the wardrobe from the same people,
they may
I guess.
Have done some interiors and stuff on the lot, but I'm pretty sure most of the stuff that I worked on was in Oregon.
Yeah. Well, you were 5 years younger than me, but I was really short back then, and I guess we were close enough in size, or maybe they had different sizes of the same style, I don't know. But I was talking about the other day, the other episodes, someone at a convention recently came up to me and said, another one of the awkward things they say, they go, "Oh, you're short." You know? And I go, yeah, I'm short.
Yeah.
And you and I are very close in height. And this guy presented a theory to me that all child actors stay short.
Interesting.
When I start thinking
his
about
reasoning?
people, it's kind of true. There's a large percent of us really don't grow much.
Well, I mean, no one has the facts like Miko does. What do you think?
Why is that?
Miko has the facts.
Miko has the facts. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah,
He presents
there's
the
the
facts.
True, I verified it.
You verified it. Over the years, you made sure of that.
Yeah, lots of study.
So, you're still doing conventions? Did you do a bunch last year, and you got some set up for this year?
Yeah, it's looking pretty busy this year. Some are more than others, but
Sure.
I think the Pet Cemetery remake has kind of got things a little busier.
Now, when we're talking about social media and people sending messages about things repetitively, I know you run your Instagram page, Woe is Miko, and I know that you get a lot of messages like I do. How many people are messaging you with questions about the Pet Cemetery remake?
It's a good amount.
Yeah.
It's funny. The random ones are to be expected, but the ones I've been getting lately that are kind of funny are friends or acquaintances that I haven't talked to. Like on Facebook, the last message was 2012. The
Yeah.
last time they wrote me.
Yeah.
And then they just ask about, so what do you think about the remake or this or that? No, hey, how have you been? What's new?
Oh no, they jump right into
Straight to
it.
the point, which I get. Maybe I shouldn't take it as being rude, but it comes off kind of like,
Well, I made this. I noticed this. Pointed out this at the last convention I was at. I got to think that it's in this because of this age of texting, where conversations just kind of end. We just walk away from texts. We don't really wrap it up most times. Okay, thanks, nice talking to you. See you later. Bye. You just stop.
That's true. Except I feel like parents do that.
Oh yeah, parents will find a way to
Family
resolve
members
it.
won't.
Yeah. But
Even that has been on a downturn. You're right, though. It's almost like how people hang up in movies. They never say bye. They just
hang up. Yeah, in a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Texting
it happens in real life. It's spilled over into real life because at these conventions, it's either that or people just so label us a product in their minds because we're selling stuff. But people just walk right away. They're talking to us. They don't say goodbye. They just huh. And then they walk away.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, who needs formalities like greetings and things like that anymore?
Who needs hello and goodbye and yeah.
It's interesting to see who connects with what, because the people that really connect with the films you're in are going to be polite and finish conversations. But the people that are maybe dragged there by a friend or a family member that aren't necessarily into horror, it's a novelty. So it's kind of like.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's hilarious the way you put that.
Yeah, there's so many different people you meet there too. There's people that are all about it, obviously, and they had their tickets in advance. But there's also the people that were kind of dragged along there, I guess, and they look at us like, "Wait, you're that guy?" Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're famous?
What are you doing here? Yeah. Some people don't understand the way it works at all. Yeah.
So where's
there's
your
no
at?
there's no protocol in place for them because I noticed that a lot.
Social dynamic that you wouldn't really be in any other scenario.
Yeah, I know it's definitely interesting putting ourselves out there for these conventions. I mean, I know that 90% of the people are very kind and they mean well, whether they're a really big fan or not that big a fan at all. Most people are kind. Yeah. A lot of people are very awkward, and people do get nervous, which I feel like is undeservingly so in my case. But they do get nervous. Oh, just like
flattering.
Yeah, it's flattering. It's flattering, but it's we have to walk them through every step of it. We're worried about them.
Yeah.
Are you going to be okay through this? I've met people that are important to me, and I've been nervous myself. I think one reason why, besides the fact that I'm not very famous at all, and I walk about, nobody knows who I am, and I've waited tables for 17 years, and I've always lived a very normal life.
Sure.
I also know what it's like to be a fan, and I've met people. I've been on both sides of the table. So I always try to give the most that I can to people because I've been there on that side,
Absolutely.
I relate to that. I relate to them going someplace to meet someone that means something to them. Like, that's a cool thing.
I met Joe Rogan a few years ago, and I just fell into it. I fell into the kind of awkwardness or not sure of my words. I could see it as it was happening, and I was like, well, this is stupid. I don't normally get starstruck, but it was strange.
Yeah, but from doing conventions, you noticed yourself as a nervous attendee all of a sudden.
I'm like, oh, wow, I'm that guy right now. How weird.
Yeah.
Especially with Joe Rogan, that's a really interesting one, too, because he's definitely like got celebrity status, but it's very fringe, maybe.
Sure.
Being with like the
and
podcast.
He seems very approachable. He's not like.
Yeah, he probably doesn't feel. He probably doesn't feel as famous as he is.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. He seems pretty humble.
Yeah,
I like his podcast.
Yeah. I love his podcast. I find him very fascinating.
I'm a huge fan, and that's why I got nervous.
Yeah.
I've met plenty of other people of equal or more celebrity that I didn't have that reaction to, but it was interesting. Everybody relates.
Yeah, he's perfect for a podcast too because he knows something about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to make that distinction in my first episode. I am not one of those guys. I'm here to learn.
Sure,
I'm here to learn. I'm here to chat, but I don't know anything about anything, man. I have some uninformed opinions that I'm just gonna.
We're trying to work through it now.
Yeah. So, what conventions do you have coming up? Do you remember any of them?
I do actually. Let me pull up get the dates. And I can tell you.
I'm not doing too many this year. I did a lot last year, so I'll probably do a lot next year. But I got a few.
Yeah, it seems sometimes it's like that. It kind of TikToks.
It ebbs and flows.
Absolutely. Yeah. So first up is on the 22nd of this month, my birthday. 22nd through the 24th, I'll be at the Mad Monster Party in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, I've done that show many times. It's a really good show. Really nice venue. Yeah. There's like a boardwalk. It's like a boardwalk attached to it with a bunch of good food at it and everything. People should definitely go check you out there. That's a fun show. But your birthday is February 22nd?
Yeah. So I will be there on my birthday.
Like my first girlfriend in 6th grade, that was her birthday. No wonder why I like you. No wonder why I like you so much.
Yeah, still in love,
memory.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I've done that one. Are we doing any together? I hope. I'm doing. Most of them are small. I'm doing one in Little Rock, Arkansas, because I never been there. I did Albuquerque earlier this year because I never been there. I'm doing this Carolinas Fear Fest thing.
Oh, yep. I'll see you there.
Oh, great. Okay. That's in May.
Nice.
That's in May.
Dope.
Yeah. May 25th and 26th.
Awesome. Anybody who's listening, you come meet me and Miko there.
Come hang out with us.
Yeah, we're fun together. And we're like the same height, so we make a good photo.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
I always enjoy running into you at cons because I feel like we have a lot of parallels.
We really do.
Careers. I've always considered you like my East Coast.
Well, thank you,
brother.
but I appreciate that, and I feel the same way about you, and I appreciate it even more because I grew up, a little envious of other child actors. Like we've mentioned Elijah Wood a bunch of times. Fuck that dude. But I grew up envious of some, but never you. I was a fan of you. I thought you were awesome. Like I really thought you were so great. You were so great in all those things you did, and
you too, man.
And you also have a passion for music. I mean, I know you got into like techno music. It was probably already EDM by the time you got into it. When I did, it was techno. But did you also have did you have a pair of Technique 1200s?
I did, MK5.
Yeah, me too.
And what else? Newmark. Started off on Newmark. I got a Pioneer DJM 800. After that, upgraded to CDJs. It's just kind of evolved over the years.
Now, did you, I had them also, and I practiced a little bit about that, like of mixing, techno trance music back then, but I was a little more interested in the production side of it. I had Sony Acid Music, and I was trying to make tracks, and I made some music for a couple DJs that ended up spinning stuff in New York City at the Tunnel and stuff. Did you get into that side of things, of making?
I dabbled in it a bit. I wish I would have more so. It's kind of funny. You asked me about it, and I totally forgot before the interview you asked.
Yeah.
I've been working with my nephew, who's an artist, and we're actually kind of dabbling on putting a track together now.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, when it's ready, send it to me, and I will put it up on the show for you.
Oh, that'd be great.
And if by the way, I do own a recording studio. If you need any mixing or mastering work, hit me up.
Yeah.
I do good work.
You're just saying, brother.
Yeah. Well, good. I look forward to seeing you in Carolina. That's for sure. What else do you have coming up? You got a couple others?
In between Horror Hound and before Carolina, the New Jersey Horror Con.
Okay, I did
March
that.
29th through the 31st.
It's a fun show. The people who run it are nice. New Jersey's always
I think
great.
they're moving it to Atlantic City this time.
Yep,
I
okay.
forget exactly where it was before. So
Well, it was North Jersey. I was going to say get a bagel and some pizza, but I guess get a pork roll if you're down in South Jersey.
Yeah.
That's their thing. Bagels are still great.
Sure.
Anyone in the room want to shout out a question for Miko? If you want, you could type one, or you could text it to 973-345-2447. Whatever. If anyone has anything they want to say. I don't have that many listeners. I don't have that many listeners yet, Miko, so.
Oh,
I've definitely got a question.
All right, Mikey Wells has got a question for you.
So we've heard that child actors grow into being short adults. But Miko's also been a DJ, right?
Yep.
So are DJs also short?
Why, do DJs are they usually short?
I'm asking. I don't know. I'm very curious.
I think they're all over the place. I'm trying to think of a specifically short DJ.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think there's a connection there.
I need Miko to bring me the facts.
No. You can't be too short. You got to get a good view of your.
Yeah, well, that's why I wanted
decks.
to start DJing in the first place, is I couldn't see, so I figure if I'm up on stage, then I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another question.
All right, Mikey Wells has another question.
This is straight up opinion based, so just take it in for a second, think about it. Who do you think would win in a fight? Andy from Child's Play or Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings?
Well, which Child's Play? If it's Cult of Chucky, I'm going to kick his ass. I mean, that's not to answer for you, but
I mean,
you mean Child's
like I said,
Play.
he could think about it.
You mean Andy from Child's Play, 6-year-old me?
Well, no, let's throw Cult of Chucky in there too. Why not?
All right.
I think Andy from Child's Play would win if he had the ring.
If I had the ring, if I got the ring.
Oh man, that was a wild card. I didn't think was going to get thrown down there.
Mikey asked this of John Dugan last week, and he picked fucking The Hobbit. All right. Well,
I think so. He's too whiny.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show with us. It's always good to chat with you. I look forward to seeing you at the next thing.
I think I can ask a couple more questions.
You're gonna be there.
Okay.
Yeah, I got time.
Oh wait, we got a text here. Hold on, someone texted. It's David from Arizona, and he wants to know what it was like working with Robert Englund and Wes Craven.
It was great. Both of them were amazing. Wes, I think, was my favorite director I ever worked for. It was pretty sad when he died. Actually, I hadn't seen him or spoke to him maybe once or twice since the filming. But that hit me kind of hard. And Robert is just incredible, at cons. His energy
he's such a man. He will talk to you forever at conventions.
He can do it all day and then go out to dinner.
And do it again. Yep. And hold court at dinner, too. Yeah, he is so interesting and entertaining.
Yeah.
We got one more question text in from Anonymous. Oh, no, it's Patrick in Phoenix. And he wants to know, fuck, marry, kill. New Nightmare, Pet Cemetery, or Kindergarten Cop?
Okay.
Interesting. That's really funny. I would marry Pet Cemetery just because that thing is never gonna die. It
Nice.
seems.
Sure.
Feels like. I would fuck Kindergarten Cop because boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Perfect. Yeah.
And I guess that
You already know what to do. Yeah.
New Nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah. Good one. Good. Oh, thanks, Patrick from Phoenix, and thank you, Miko. I really appreciate you coming on, man.
Anytime.
All right. Next time I have another interesting topic, I'll bring you on. We'll chat some more someday.
Great talking with you, Miko.
All right.
You too.
All right, buddy. I'll be in touch.
Catch you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Man, that was fun. I love that kid. He's a good dude. Miko's a good dude.
I'll save the rest of my questions for next time.
Yeah, okay.
So many random ones.
Yeah. We could keep going. I think he was in his car. I think he was hanging out, making some time to chat with us, which was very cool of him. I appreciate that. Let's see. What a romantic time. Oh, you're talking amongst each other on our chat room here on the Spreaker platform.
Jennifer definitely called me a dick.
If you guys, I think now when you go to the website, The Final Note Live, it should be hosted through the Nerdorama TV network. I want to thank those guys for giving me a spot on their site. I know they've got a bunch of other cool shit for the nerds and the like out there to go check out. So yeah, thank them for bringing us through there. Hopefully some people noticed the show. Hopefully we got some people to go subscribe to the YouTube page. You guys can go check out the 1975 the 1975 music video live performance from last week. Coming up tonight, we've got Dwayne, the legend, DTL, who's going to be performing live. I played one of his songs earlier. And we're going to take a short break right now. And I'm going to play for you a song from the band Channel Drive. I played one of their songs last week. A couple of you guys had really nice things to say about it. This was a short EP that we recorded about a year, maybe a year and a half ago at the studio, avproductionsonline.com in Clearwater. This song is called Interstates by Channel Drive. We're going to be mixing their new record. I think they have about 12 tracks, and I'm going to be working with a compadre of mine who was supposed to be here tonight, actually. I never heard from him. Maybe he messaged. Anyways, going to be working with him on the mix for this band Channel Drive, and this song is called Interstates.
Cause we stalled all over terrain. was my fault. So come on out and say it was all along. So come on out and say you never loved me. Come on out and say it never made you happy.
This is Edward Furlong, and you are listening to The Final Note.
All right, we're back. Well, okay. How we doing, guys? So a little shift here. Coming into the driver's seat here. I guess that's the passenger seat. I'm in the driver's seat. Co-pilot. Stepping into the co-pilot seat is Dwayne the legend. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Happy to have you here.
I appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah, sure,
Definitely.
man. We had a really good time working on these songs.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a lot of different artists in here, and it's always varying levels of preparedness. Yeah. And you are at the top of that game because you come in ready to go. Yeah. You know what you're doing.
I'm a little anal retentive about that. You probably noticed that. Like, come on, man, just accept this one. This one's good.
No, it's good though. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good to know what you want, and it makes the producer's job easier. So thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, a couple of these songs have been fun. You got to perform a couple of them live too, right? Some of the ones we worked on.
Yeah, definitely. I did the. It was like a birthday bash / music release type deal.
Yeah, nice.
It was over at the Gatsby's over in downtown Newport Richie.
Cool.
And yeah, it was a fun time. I threw a huge party. I had probably around, I don't know, I'd say maybe $1,500 worth of prizes.
Yeah.
I was doing the you know, the big Jenga with the big blocks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did a little Jenga competition.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, first place was actually a I want to say 45-inch screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had like tablets, games, you know, just
cool.
Stuff
hey, for Newport Richie, that's exciting, you know? Hey. There's not much going on up there.
It's changing now, man.
I lived up there for a bit. Yeah, no, I know. I'm busting on it because I love it. Yeah, no, Newport Richie's cool. I'm in, you know, Holiday's not that much better. So
yeah,
same story.
Holidays change.
Holidays block to block. You don't know where you're at. You know, you get turned around real quick and that. So you've been. I mean, you're very, very comfortable when you're performing. I know that because every time that you've gone in there, I never seem to be dealing with any nerves. We don't really have to start over. You know, you go through. You're always ready to go. When was the first time that you performed live in front of people? Like, when did you get this bug in your life that you wanted to do this?
I mean, I guess that depends on what aspect of
anything.
Performing.
Were you in like drama in school growing up?
Not drama, but we had to do. I remember back in elementary school, I used to go to Entangled, and we would do our readings as far as, you know, you had to pick a book, read it, come back, and on, I think I was like Wednesdays, you had to tell people about it. And I had one of my favorite books growing up called The Eyeballs for Breakfast. And
Eyeballs for Breakfast?
Eyeballs for Breakfast is one of my favorite books growing up.
Nice.
And I would get up in front of the class and tell people about the book, and it was so good to me. I was so enthusiastic about it when I was telling them.
Yeah.
The people's reaction about it, or I think 6 or 7 kids end up reading that book after, you know, and they were going up telling the story I've already told it.
And this is how old?
What's that, 3rd or 4th grade?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that aspect of being in front of people, I think it started there.
Yeah, putting a smile on people's face, getting them engaging, getting them into it.
And just seeing how much they enjoyed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what I was telling them, what I was saying about the book, they just loved it. Even the teacher was like really looking forward to what I was going to tell them about the book the next week, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that sort of started.
Now, was that right around the same age that you first, like, put a pen to the pad? And
no, I think, you know, it always starts off with poetry.
Sure. It sure did for me. It's still there because I can't rap.
Look, you know, I done heard some of the stuff you write. I keep telling you need to get over that mic fear and just.
It's not the mic fear. It's the
sound of what you might sound like. Get over that.
Yeah, it's that, but it's also the cliche of former child actor turned rapper.
Whatever,
I think is just
man. It is what it is. You just gotta
catch
try
way
it out.
too much shit, but. But I do like spoken word stuff, and I have been writing poetry since I was really young. You started with that. You started writing little poems.
Yeah, that was probably, I would say maybe like 5th grade-ish or so, 6th. I was writing little love poems to girls, just being a little hopeless romantic idiot.
Yeah, and obviously anyone who gets into writing has a certain kind of little romance with language at an early age.
Yeah.
I'm sure English was your favorite class. I mean,
no, I was a math guy.
Oh, really?
I liked.
That's because you're calculated.
Yeah, I mean, I like the aspect of telling a story in any type of way that you can using words. I just never liked the grammar part. That's why I didn't like it. I just everything that was right sounded wrong to me. Yeah, so I was like, that don't stop.
Well, that's the beauty of music is you could say things your way and people can just take it and deal with it. You're the one in control of the language there. I mean, that's one of the things that I like about it. When I'm writing something and I feel like, is this really right? It's like, well, you know what? I'm writing it. There is no wrong. There is no right.
Yeah. I gotta say, probably around to the 7th, 8th grade is when it actually started coming into music. And I was turning these poems into a format of music. A hook, a bar, or 16 bars and then a hook, a 16 bars hook.
Sure,
that's not even a format now, but back
who were your musical influences at that point?
I have, I think our years of 80s baby, we had it the best. We had it the best.
We did.
I mean, I can't even just pinpoint any. It goes all the way down from like Gladys Knights to Otis Reddings to that whole genre to. The rock, the Leonard Skinner, that genre, and then going in more into.
And then we had that '90s grunge, which was just the best music at the best time.
All of the rock, all of the hip hop. I mean, I actually wasn't a really big fan of NWA. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you crazy." I mean, it was sort of vulgar for me at that age.
My first real exposure to rap music, hip hop music, but rap in particular. New York City rap was in high school. I went to Hackensack High School, and I was hanging out with the kids who had weed. So the kids who had weed were listening to rap, and all the kids from Maywood, Rochelle Park, Hackensack. There's 3 towns that came together for this school, and we were listening to Nas and Wu-Tang back then. Like that was Nas. It was written. That was like the introduction of rap for me, which I know was late in the hip hop game, but I was really caught on 90s grunge music.
Yeah, I think really big one. I mean, Gangstar was one that I started really listening to heavy, but then it was more like KRS-One for me.
Yeah, I could see that in your music. I could see that being an influence.
Craig Mack, Tribe Called Quest.
Sure.
And then Outkast, once that era Outkast, Tribe Called Quest and KRS-One, that's before all. Before all of them. So
there's within the main generation. There's all these mini generational shifts.
I mean, there's
and
the
music
Curtis
feels
Blow,
so
Curtis
much.
Blow,
Yeah,
Curtis Blow and what's the other one that was around? I was more Curtis Blow.
Yeah,
Kumo D.
Yeah.
And then it got into the Craig Mack and all that.
And so, were you in high school when you first started rapping on beats, or were you shy at that point?
Probably, yeah. I was. Anybody who know me probably like he never rapped because
you were shy.
I was shy at that point. Like they knew,
I knew
they knew about the poetry, but they didn't know about the.
But the poetry
rap.
on a paper. I mean, the way I can relate to that, poetry on a paper is one thing, and then when people say, "Oh, can you read it to me?" It's like, oh, that's a whole different thing. And I always appreciate the opportunity to read it because I do have a certain cadence for it, and I do want it to sound a certain way. But I didn't like being on the spot like that, man. I couldn't get up and read a poem in front of the class.
Because they would want to read it, and that's cringeworthy. Because it's like, you're not reading
it the way... Oh, yeah, if they read it, that's worse. I could never watch someone's face when they read it.
No, and I didn't want to hear them read it out loud, because I'm like, no, that's not how
God forbid. No.
That's not how I said it when I wrote it
I couldn't handle that either. No way. Well, maybe you could help me get on a beat with some of these things someday.
Man, I keep trying to tell you,
that'd be fun.
I keep trying to tell you. You don't spit a few... 64 bar verses that you have, and I'm like, yo,
thanks, man.
You need to get on that.
I appreciate that. I enjoy your writing too, and I like that you don't take shortcuts. You know, you really do tell a story from beginning to end.
It's the only way.
And you find ways to you know, you make time for the rhyme, so to speak. But you're telling a story, and doing the two things at once is people take shortcuts around that because that's the work. You know, that's the hard part.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way the internet has made music and the way the music is. You don't really need a story anymore. I mean, you just need a base of is it going to be about party, drugs, women, get a nice beat behind it, and repeat the same lines, you know, every 8th bar. Add some ad-libs in there. I mean, you always got your bar spitters that are up there.
We always have fun with the ad-libs, though.
I love
because I find it enjoyable to over-record and get a whole bunch of it, and then we could go through and be like, what was that? Oh, that was awesome. Oh, how did that?
Like,
you know,
how
it's
we
good
do
timing.
things, how we do things, how we record. I wonder if people actually do it like that. I mean, because I know people usually
there's a lot of different ways.
Like, but we don't really do punch-ins. We'll do the verse.
It's
all
because
over
you just keep going, man. You don't need to be punched
I
in.
know. That's what I'm saying. Why are you punching in? Just do the whole verse all over again.
Not everybody can do that.
Do it 6 times.
That's why you're Dwayne the Legend.
I'm just saying, do it 6 times and then pick out each bars that sound the best within them 6 times.
Well, everybody works differently. I've certainly worked with plenty of rappers that can't get through 4 bars without stopping. So, I appreciate your method because it's easier for me.
I have to have it memorized. That's the first thing.
Oh, well, that's a huge part of it too, because anybody who's reading it, almost unless they're really, really practiced at that, you can tell they're reading it. And some people come in here blatantly reading, and I don't even know how to say things to them. Like,
you got to be honest with them.
I got to be honest, but the honesty is you were nowhere near prepared to be in the studio today.
It sounded good. It looked good.
Yeah.
Keep
your money. Come back in a couple weeks. I'm gonna be a dick no matter how I phrase that.
Yeah. You know, might as well just take the money and pay the bills, I guess.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of that, too. But I've been fortunate enough, luckily, to work with some artists that I really respect and really enjoy, and you're one of them. So I want to thank you for coming in. Do you have any... I know we're going to finish up a couple of these tracks and put them out soon.
Yeah, man, we have a few. But I'm just pushing the 2 that we have at Dwayne the Legend. It's on Spotify, iTunes... all Google Play,
you have a
all
Facebook
the music
page, and
Dwayne the Legend is Facebook at Facebook.
Yep.
So
it's Dwayne, D-E-W.
D-E-W-A-Y-N-E. The Legend.
Cool, man.
So definitely, man. And I'm just really wanting to get the videos out behind some of these because appreciate you playing the music for the masses in the beginning. I really think that would resonate that song 10 times more.
Oh, I agree.
Have a video behind it. But, you know, like I talk about the average Joe things because I'm just an average Joe. I still got my 9 to 5. I still love music. There's a little bit of money on the side. But, you know, the realness of music is gone as far as everyone likes to be sold a dream and everyone wants to hear about balling this. But you broke, dude. You don't got no money. Like, why are you listening to all this? Oh, I got women. No, you don't. You got a girl and you love her. Yeah. So why are you listening to all this stuff? I mean, the thing about hip-hop is it's a young man's thing, but yet we get old. So where is the music for when we get old? Yeah. And the generations now are no longer listening to the Otis Reddings or the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like, they're not really listening to that much more anymore. They're listening to the old rap, but that old rap is talking about bitches, hoes, and cash. And there's got to be some type of new genre for the hip-hop rap artists that for the older, we're aging, we're going through, real shit, the health problems, kids going to college or getting locked up, they get caught stealing, or, there's real things that still need to be talked about that could be put in songs that no artist is really doing.
You're not smoking weed because it's fun anymore. Now it's because your knees hurt.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, exactly.
Well, let's try to get a lot more work done before it's for glaucoma, at least,
Yeah.
No, I know you definitely, first of all, I totally relate to trying to find the time for creativity in life because it's hectic, man. It's tough. You know, we all have bills and a lot to deal with, and I know you often have your hands full, but we gotta make time for the creativity, man, because we got some more tracks we could do here for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. That patty cake's gonna be something.
Yeah. That was a fun one.
Yeah, that patty cake's gonna be something. And I'm just so anal retentive with it. It has to be perfect for me. Like, I don't want no one. I don't let people hear it. And it's funny, my son, he loves that song. Like,
does he?
When we brought the first rendition that we had, that was before we did any of the extra stuff we did to it. That's probably my favorite one. I brought it home, let him listen to it. For every day, all day, he's playing DTL every day. And I'm like, dude.
And how old is he?
He, at that time, he was 9. He's 10 now, so.
He'll be in the studio before I know it.
Man, you know, and he you know, you see it. He's all about beat making and stuff now.
Yeah. Get him playing piano too.
We got him playing piano. It's just these kids' attention.
When I have
spans.
a kid someday, that's going to be mandatory.
I
feel like
I don't know.
I just
dude.
wish. I mean, it probably won't be. I'll get talked out of that, but I just wish that I had spent time playing fucking guitar and piano.
That's us, though. I wish you luck for your child.
Yeah.
Dude. Their attention
I don't know
spans
shit.
aren't the
I don't
same,
know what the
dude.
fuck I'm talking about.
Their attention spans are not the same. It's hard to get them to focus on one thing and just keep doing it. They just get bored with it. They're like, yeah, I can do it now. I can play chopsticks. I can do it. I'm good.
Well, all right, we're going to send you into the live room now, and this song is called Lyrical Romance.
Yes, this is Lyrical Romance. You can find this at Google Play Store, Spotify, Diesel, all the music play stores under Dwayne the Legend. Lyrical Romance, music for the masses.
Yep. I have the recorded version of it that we did at the studio here on the computer somewhere. I'll find that, try to end the show with that, but we're going to go in there and do a live version of it right now.
Sounds good, bro.
I'm going to send Mikey in there to film you because we have no production over here. It's just two dudes trying to figure this shit out.
Hey, that's the way the life is.
That's how it goes. All right, Dwayne the Legend is going to be live here on the flip side of this short break.
You're listening to The Final Note, live with Alex Vincent.
All right, let's see. He's going into the live room there. With each week here, I'm kind of doing something different musically. We had a couple acoustic guys. Then last week we had some live drums and brought that into it. And now I'm going to try to have a song on playback. I know you guys love the tech talk, but I'm going to have this on playback, his beat here, and then have him track live. So we should be good in just a minute. Hope you guys are enjoying the show tonight. Really enjoyed having Miko on. And we got to talk a bit about... here we go. I got to talk a bit about social media and the internet. I don't think I covered all topics yet, but maybe we'll have some time to get back into that. We're going to try to bring him in here once he's all set up in there. And yeah, I wonder if anyone from Instagram went over and hopped over and subscribed to the YouTube page or checked out the other videos. Anyone who's in the room tonight, tonight's episode will be up on YouTube as soon as we're finished. You can check out last week's musical performance from the band The Resonance, and you could also find those guys on Facebook too. I put a link to their Facebook up on the YouTube page. And then tonight we're gonna make a recording of Dwayne's little performance that we're about to do, and that will be up in a couple days. It should be easier to edit this one, but we'll see. All right, I think he's ready to go. What's up, man? You in there?
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. This track, guys, is called Lyrical Romance. This is the live version of it. I'm going to play the recorded version later. But this is Dwayne the Legend, Lyrical Romance.
Is this on? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. So at this time, I want to alleviate your mind with these words. I'm going to give it to you like a lyrical romance. Yeah. So sit back and enjoy yourself. Check it. Yo, I got that it man flow, or like G Kundo. Better act like you know that the last name is Blow. This lyrical romance is not a slow dance, it's like a bromance while watching girls do a pole dance. What I'm about to do, y'all? Hey, popping like a new bra. Yo, shout out to all my homies, say hoorah. Yeah, got your battle, buddy. Why all these new rappers be looking real funny? Man, I'm just playing though, because the youth is the future. I'm just saying though. No, what you do, what you know, and what you think has intergalactic consequences when you drink or smoke or drink or smoke. Yeah, hey, part of my sickness, I'm lyrically terrific. I use my Jedi powers to force life and shift it explicit. It's missing from this flow, so listen to the words that I speak with meaning like hieroglyphics. Now this flow has a rating of PG-13 specific. Man, I'm animalistic towards the words interspecific. Between you and I'm really terrified that I'ma have to face a horrible way to die. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, so please thank God for the life He gave ya. Yeah, Assalamu Amen. Remember back in the days being grateful eating ramens. Man, I really love these silly flows, but I can flip the switch and really kill it though. And do what? Release my lyrical spiritual inner demon that's irritable, murder like a serial, metaphorically cynical. To me it's not difficult as I reach the pinnacle. Please turn up your stereo, or better yet, hey, turn up your cell phones. I walk with a limp titanium hip bone. You got the gallstones to go against me. It'll be my pleasure to bring you back down to reality, like fallacy analogies. Libra is balanced, so it comes so naturally. But if you tip the scale, you'll end up in agony. Yeah, pause like apostrophe, shaking these haters off of me. I'm always in my mind. I'm studying self-philosophy to find out who I am and not who I want to be. I got that it man flow, that it man flow. Better act like you know that my last name's Blow. That it man flow, that it man flow. Better act like you know, boy. DTL. TheFinalNoteLive.com.
Yeah. Nice, man.
That's what's up.
Oh, cool, dude. Appreciate that, man.
No problem, man.
Love
Anytime.
that track.
Me too. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And guys, thank you guys all for tuning in tonight to The Final Note. Let's see. I got a couple more things we wanted to talk about. Let me grab my other phone here real quick. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me mute that before. Whoop, there's a mistake. There's another one. And here's two more. Okay, cool. All right, guys. That was fun. I was glad to have a hip-hop artist in here because a lot of what I work on here is definitely hip-hop music. Dude, thanks again, man. Appreciate having me on.
Man. No problem, man.
And the social media game is on fire, so I know you're going to get a couple other people on here. So thanks for all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to pretty much wrap it up. Anyone got anything else in particular they want to talk about?
Well, I mean, throwing in like people playing games.
Hold on, let me flip that on. All right, now you're on. This mic is bugging. It's just a little too fuzzy today for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just over compressed. There we go. There, I should have done that 2 hours ago. Sorry, guys.
All of the lovely people here.
Do I even hear you? Hold on.
Appreciate it, John. You know.
Can the world hear?
Yeah. We hear you. All right, guys. Sorry for that half-dead air there. We're not professionals at this or anything. So,
it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress, exactly. Next week, I got a couple fun guests in mind. I'm going to make some calls. I think you guys are going to be happy with who I have on. It's one of two people. Either one is going to be real fun. I don't want to announce yet, but if you follow me, since we're all talking about social media, anyone who is listening to this, well, if you're listening to it on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because, I don't know, the more people that click that button, the more I feel like I'm doing this for a good reason and people are actually listening to it.
We're doing it for them subs, man.
Otherwise, I'm just doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it for me and you guys who are in the room.
We don't want to play with ourselves. We want to play with others. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else you want to throw in for tonight?
Well, no, subject matter wise, nothing really comes to mind. I'm keep on thinking about playing some movie games like trivia. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think we're going to work out some kind of more interactive stuff. I was glad a couple people sent messages for Miko tonight. That was cool. And I think we're going to work on some more interactive stuff. I wasn't sure how many weeks in a row I was going to go before taking a break. I think I'm going to try to do it in like 8. Like, I'm going to try to do, it's a recording studio. I'm always recording 8 bars at a time and shit. I'm going to try to do 8 episodes and then maybe take 2 weeks off and then get back into it.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it moving.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff to talk about. And the format's probably going to shift up a little bit and we'll try some different things and play some interactive games. The more people we get listening, the more fun stuff I could do with you guys. And
we're still in beta.
Start preparing some. Yeah, we are still pretty much in beta. Yeah, we're trying it out.
Working through it.
We're working through
Everyone's coming on the journey with us. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so I was going to... I do have a little sum up on tonight's episode. We're talking about social media and the internet. I didn't get too deep into everything, but that's okay. My thoughts are really quick on this. I mean, there's not much to it. I think that, by recognizing that the evolution and the widespread dependence on the internet is not ever going to slow in momentum, like we said, it's never going to reverse gears. I think our way of life is forever altered by the convenience and accessibility the internet offers. And along with that comes, or as a result of that, what that has led to is this permanent dependence on social media as a means of staying connected with as many people as you want or can attract. But it's also, I think that we all, at this point, feel like a sense of entitlement to this platform that social media offers and enables. I think we feel like it's an extension of our freedom of speech, and it's a right of all men and women, despite many of us not being raised in a digitally connected climate or world at all. But nowadays, we're so used to it that I think it just feels like it's our right. When people were arguing about that, people that were thrown off Twitter, a couple people that were thrown off Twitter because what they were saying were lies and dangerous, and people argue that, it's freedom of speech. They have a right to say what they want. They don't really have a right to Twitter. That's a platform. It's not a we don't own that platform. It's just something that we're a part of, that we get to be a part of. But we do feel like they are we have a right to this stuff now at this point. And I think the power to reach millions of customers who are always within a few clicks of their digitally stored payment methods. It's a massive advantage to the corporations and the business leaders that have their ever-growing hands of power wrapped around everyone. But the average person can also benefit from the connectivity and the convenience that the internet offers. So I wanted to talk about how Instagram models, I have 15,000 followers on Instagram, which is awesome. There are Instagram models that have millions of people following them just from putting pictures of themselves. And they sell sets of photos to people, and they make a whole living off of it.
Just a picture of your butt every day.
A picture of your butt, and then they're making a living, a good living in some cases. The internet, offers amazing things to people. There's no doubt. It's not just the convenience. It's a very utilized and accessible tool to accomplish some things that 30 years ago you never would have had an opportunity to accomplish. But the other side of it, people do use it to troll people and to be aggressive, and I think some opinions, when you read them on the internet, are very, very difficult to swallow. And I think the divisive nature of this culture utilizes social media to insult and demean and marginalize other people's thoughts and opinions. But the power to voice your opinion is valuable. So for good or bad, it's become a freedom that none of us are willing to give up without a fight. So it's here to stay. The internet's not going anywhere. I think the days of handwritten letters and long phone conversations and hanging out with people without a phone right in front of your face are all but behind us as we move forward in the momentum of this digital age. And I can only imagine what the future has in store. The way things have gotten to a point of such extreme convenience, you think, how could it get any better or any more evolved or any different? And 5 years from now, it's probably going to be completely different. It's moving faster than we are at this point.
We're not able to really comprehend what we're doing with it at this point. Or myself, I should only speak for myself. I'm a bit curious what everyone else out there thinks about this, though. Do you think that Alex and I should put out a calendar with pictures of our butts?
Oh, is that what's going to get subscribers?
Yes, maybe.
You're in much better shape than I am, but I'd put my butt up against yours any day.
Okay.
I got a pretty nice butt. I'm not going to lie.
Good. Let's do this. Let's get this calendar going.
Is that how we have to get subscribers?
I think
put that on the Instagram page, and
I feel very
me and you in a thong picture.
I feel very optimistic about
that. Would
this.
really be me dedicating to this show that we're not getting paid for.
Let's get them subs, man.
Yeah, got to get them subs. That's another thing. The YouTubers, that's a whole thing. People go to conventions and sign autographs as a YouTuber.
Yeah, isn't it like VidCon?
I think the AdSense part of making money off of it has become more of a challenge than it used to be. But
there's things like Patreon and everything else that's kind of flowing with it.
Yeah. I'm not really going to do that. Don't worry, guys.
We're not doing pictures of our butts.
Mikey's down. I know Mikey's down, but I don't think so.
Just saying,
you never know. It would work. You're right. To that point, you are right. It does work. Some of these Instagram models, I can't believe the followings that they have. It's amazing.
I think it's pretty damn interesting.
Yeah. By the way, we can't end the show without discussing the incredible change to the universe the internet has made in porn. Right?
Oh, yeah. No, it's completely warped all of our minds.
I mean, Jesus Christ. And the accessibility of it, I mean, it's that's one of those things where it's a positive and a negative, I guess, depending on who's doing the searching. But
time will tell.
Man, has that really evolved life?
Sure, but I'm pretty sure it's just turned us all into perverts.
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining.
It's not. I know, but it's like, it's not like hiding magazines under your mattress. I mean, nowadays, the entire deviant, depraved world is all up there. It's insane.
It's helped kind of push things along. I think we're all on unlimited data plans currently, so that's okay. As long as we're not paying for the over.
No, you can't
data.
go over.
Yeah,
you can't go over.
Oh man, I got stories.
They could get you so much on that too. Like, unlimited data. Shit, I gotta have that. $200 a month for a cell phone. That's fine, no problem.
So yeah, what's your favorite one to go to, man? Like Pornhub, Keys Movies.
I wanted to do a bit once doing stand up where I said something like, I think, between everybody in this room, we've covered all the categories.
Absolutely.
I think every category and subcategory has been clicked on between us. And that's got to be real awkward when you're with someone new. Like, so, what do you want to click on? What are you into?
Oh, cuckold porn. Interesting.
Oh, I was going to click on cuddling.
Yeah, cuddling. Oh, geriatric erotica. That's my favorite.
All right, guys. So that's it for today. We'll be back next week, next Wednesday. I'll let you know who the guests are throughout the week. If you have not went and subscribed on the YouTube page, we need them subs.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I never thought I'd be begging for subs on a
Well, I mean, we're
podcast,
all
but
best friends now.
We're going to get progressively more close. Now, come on. They know. They can finish it for us.
Yeah. Well, also, Miko is now my other best friend, and we're missing my best friend Joe this week. That's
he needed
sad.
some behavioral therapy, so he'll be back. Or behavioral training, not therapy. Same difference, I guess, right?
Did he blow up on the set of Stranger Things again?
Where is it? Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? He'll be back next week, probably. Thanks again to Miko for joining us.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
And don't you forget it. Christine will be back someday. We'll talk to her again. Everybody who's on will probably... I'm going to run out of guests, in like 6 weeks or something, and then we're going to have to just start over. Shift the order around. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm going to play you out with a song from an artist that I worked with almost 5 years ago, right at the beginning of the studio. This is a record that I mixed and mastered for Frankie and Rufus, and they are folky rock singers, really great harmonies. They're really fun to work with. They're really sweet. Frankie and Rufus, they put out a record back, hold on, I can tell you the name of it, which I should have had. I think I remember the name, but I can't right now. What's Your Name? What's Your Story is the name of their record, and this song is called I Forgot You. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in, and good night. That's the final note.
Pieces on the ground form patterns of your way around. I know there's something more to this world. I held on to things to hold on to, but I forgot you. Met you once down the road, waiting for the act of your bestowal. Guess how it's gone. Your endless ways of always doing wrong. But I know there's something more to this world. I held on to things to hold on to.
This has been The Final Note. Tune in next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern